Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Twins Take Podcast. We're your hosts, Luke and Jackson Hershey, twins from Charlotte, North Carolina. Same face, two opinions. And guys, welcome back to week 4 of college football. We got week 3 of the NFL. It's going to be a good week, guys.
Yeah, I think for college sports, this is what you dream for. This is what you thrive for. College football. We're back with another great week. Auburn, Oklahoma. Some revenge game for Jackson Arnold. Going back to Oklahoma. Can they get the upset Miami and Florida? I'd love to see the Miami. I'd love to see you going down, getting Florida, get that W. I'm actually really. I think for me, when I was looking at college football coming into the season, Florida was really a team I thought would kind of have a turnaround season. It was a team I thought could really make a run for that CFP, and they're struggling. They've lost 2 games, and I think the big question mark is, can Florida turn their season around and find a way where Billy Napier doesn't get fired, or maybe even kind of get into those. I mean, the really cool thing about just the SEC in general, and if you haven't seen the SEC TV show on Netflix, I highly suggest that you watch it, is all of these teams compete every single week, and every single one of them could be any of them. Like, I mean, they're all at such a high power. Like, there's no clear favorite in the SEC this year, which I think is really awesome, and it makes college football Saturday a lot of fun to watch. But man, we're just hyped about this podcast.
Yeah, it's kind of like the NFL almost, to the extent of like, the Carolina Panthers or the New Orleans Saints are kind of on the lower tier of the NFL right now. But any given Sunday, they could go in and beat a Buffalo or a Kansas City. It's just kind of how the SEC rolls. So that makes this week super exciting, because if Florida can take down Miami, it's going to create a lot of just controversy. And who is that top team in the SEC? It's gonna be a fun week, though.
Yeah, I mean, the Saturday's great. We ran a race this morning, feeling good. And now, if you're looking at all the teams, I think you got to look at Penn State. I mean, Penn State again and again is beating opponents by numerous amounts of points. They haven't really played anyone yet, and this upcoming week against Oregon is gonna kind of be their first test to see, is Penn State here to stay? Are they gonna go win this national championship? They brought everyone back except Abdul Carter. Like, is this team gonna go make a run? Are they a pretender? But I think they're a contender. I think they could really go make a run for this. And we're so hyped because we have an awesome guest hopping on with us today. One of Penn State's top overall commits for this upcoming year class. We got none other than defensive end Jackson Ford. He's an amazing football player. Is honestly just an absolute unit on the defense. Has just a really, really cool story, and we were just blessed to kind of sit down with him. He got offered by schools all over the country, and he wanted to go to Penn State. They just have James Franklin's team just has such a family-like atmosphere, and it was really cool to kind of get to hear his story of Penn State and what he's excited about for this upcoming season playing at Malvern Prep. So without further ado, let's jump into this week's episode of the Twins Take Podcast. We got Jackson Ford. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Twins Take Podcast. We're your hosts, Luke and Jackson Hershey, twins from Charlotte, North Carolina. Same face, two opinions. And man, we got an awesome guest hopping on with us today. One of the best players in this year's upcoming class. Defensive end committed to none other than Penn State. We got none other than Jackson Ford.
Let's go!
Man, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
Dude, of course. First of all, we were just talking about y'all having summer ball practice. First of all, how's that been, and how excited are you to jump into this upcoming season?
Yeah, I feel like we've had a really good camp, a really good summer overall, whether that be from practice or 7-on-7. I feel like we've just gotten better as a team, learning the playbook, sharpening our routes, sharpening our blocking, get-offs, all that. And I'm really excited for this upcoming season, my final season. So I think we're going to end it on a good note. I feel really confident in this team.
Are you most excited to kind of leave out on the field this last season?
Yeah, I'm just really excited to give all my effort, 100%. I feel like I could have played harder last year, my junior year. So just coming back this season and making sure, every game I'm giving 120%, not only for me but for my team. And I'm just making sure I put my best foot forward, being a senior and a captain on my team, just giving my best effort to all my teammates.
Dude, has it hit you yet that you're going into this is kind of it. This is your senior year.
Yeah.
Has that hit you yet, or
Yeah.
you kind of still feeling it out going into the year, and it's like whatever happens.
Right. I was talking about it last week, how it kind of felt like I was just getting into high school, just learning. like all this stuff and getting into my recruiting process. And now it feels like it's already over. Like I'm committed, getting to at least last 10 games. Like my, freshman, sophomore, junior year, 10 games felt like a lifetime, but now 10 games feels like I feel like it's going to be over like in a couple weeks. So.
Dude, it's crazy how fast high school goes by.
It's insane.
We kind of wanted to start with you from the beginning of your just football career. When did you really get into football?
Well, football's been something I've been doing since like I was like 5. You started like really early with like flag football, and then you kind of jump right into tackle and like like first grade, second grade, something like that. But yeah, it's just been something I've played my entire life. I think, yeah.
Dude, that's really cool. Did you play any other sports growing up?
Yeah, I played a lot of sports. I played pretty much every sport. I played basketball, soccer, tennis, tried volleyball.
Hey,
Um,
getting
yeah,
it.
just
When did
like
wait? So what was the moment of like, shoot, football is it? Like, was it hard to give up everything else for football, or when did that kind of become clear to you?
No, I think football has always been like my main sport. I think I've just always been the best at football. Like
Mm.
I've gotten good at the other sports, but football I was just always good at football. Like because of like my size and athleticism, and I feel like I always like the other sports. Like I like playing basketball, but I don't
Yeah.
think I have like a mind for basketball.
Mm.
Football, I kind of just have a mind for it. Like everything. Like when I'm told something about football, it kind of just makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Maybe for basketball, it'll take me a couple of tries to learn it, or try something new. But for football, I feel like if I see it once, I can do it. If you teach me it once, I'll learn it forever. So I feel like I've always just had like a football mind. So dropping like everything else, like it was kind of easy because I always knew it was going to be football anyway.
And kind of going into high school, going into your first varsity game, how nervous were you kind of going in there? Like, were you ready? Were you like a little nervous going out there, or were you just like, let's go rock and roll?
Yeah, I was actually I like to say that I was confident, but I was actually really nervous going into my first high school game because like it was like Friday Night Lights. You had a bunch of your friends from school in the stands. You got parents, teachers, and so I was excited, but I was also extremely nervous. But my first Friday Night Lights like did not go the way I wanted it to at all. It actually went really. I think I was a freshman. It went really bad. I got hit. I missed the block. I missed the tackle. Yeah, my first game was bad, but I think it helped me like just like buckle up. Like I was like ripping the Band-Aid off. Like
Mm.
first game was bad, but my next game was probably like I had a really good game next game, and that kind of just took off from there.
Funny, like it's so funny how things change so quick in sports. Like freshman year to you as a senior is like so crazy different. So that's really cool. Do you have like when you're going into a game? I mean, what's kind of like the pregame mindset going into a game? Like, are you listening to music? Are you taking a nap? What's kind of the thoughts pregame?
Yeah, most of the time I'm listening to music and I'm just trying to like exaggerate like the little stuff. So like if I go out early with my quarterback and I'm just catching like the ball with my quarterback, just making sure like I'm exaggerating everything, like keeping my eyes on the ball, tucking it in. When I'm on defense, just making sure my get offs like just taking an extra big step. So in the game when I'm tired, I'm still taking a really good step. Just going on the goalpost and striking the goalpost, making sure I'm violent. Like I know I'm not going to move the goalpost,
Yeah.
but if I try to move the goalpost, I'm going to hit it pretty hard. So just stuff like that, just like making sure I'm going over the little details. And then before the game, I don't really talk to anyone. I just have my
Oh,
headphones
really?
on. Yeah, I have my headphones on, and sometimes I'll go to the goalpost on the opposite side and like sit by myself. I usually do that for our home games and just like try to think about. I try to imagine like all the plays I'm gonna make. So I hopefully actually make them, and I just gets me in that mindset. So that's what I've been doing these past couple of years.
Dude, that I really like that mindset. Just getting yourself by yourself alone to the point where you know you're just going to go out and perform. I really
Right.
think that's cool. If you're willing, we'd love to talk to you about your recruitment process. Obviously, you've chosen your school now, but was it a lot of guys? It's a little crazy for them and hectic, but it looks like you obviously made the right decision. Did you enjoy your recruitment process?
Yeah, I think my recruitment, I got really lucky compared to some of my other teammates or even some of these other people in my recruiting class. Some of these people get recruited since like eighth grade, freshman year, sophomore year. But my recruitment kind of started really late, like started picking up really late. I got my first offer the summer going into my sophomore year, but I went to a Maryland camp and I camped in front of them and they
Wow.
offered me, but I didn't really get any other offers like after that.
Wow.
It was until I transferred to Malvern and I was going into my junior year where I was getting like offer, ranking calls, like stuff like that. So it all really happened in like a 1 year span. Some
Yeah.
people have to deal with it for 4 years because it's actually
Mhm.
really stressful. But I'm blessed to have, I also haven't been that short, but I also had great people with me. Like my coach, he knows what to do. He's been in this game like since forever. My parents really good. My teammates are also extremely good. So my recruitment process wasn't as stressful as other people's might have been, and I really enjoyed my recruiting process. I'm extremely happy like for how long it lasted and how it played out.
Dude, you said something really interesting that you were at a Maryland camp and you got offered right on the spot. First of all, how cool! I mean, having that first, I mean, that's a crazy first offer. What was kind of your feeling like? What was the feeling like of getting that first offer? Like, how did it happen? And then like, what was the feeling of going to your parents and being like, "Yo, I actually think I'm gonna actually play college football."
Yeah, it was really cool. Like so, it happened like 2022, 2023, and I was going on like a series of road trips
Wow.
with a family friend. My dad used to play football with him. My dad, like he had work, so he couldn't take me to every camp.
Wow.
So this coach like that my dad knows was like driving around his players to camps, and my dad asked if I could join along with them. So I did, and we went to Maryland, we went to Pitt, we went to JMU.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think those are the three we went to as a group. And so, yeah, the Maryland was the first one, or the Maryland was the second one. We went to Pitt, and then we went to Maryland. And then I felt like I was doing really good. I felt like I ran pretty good for just being like a freshman. My form
Right.
wasn't kind of pat down, but I felt like I ran pretty good, tested pretty good. I was like 6'3.5", 6'4". I
That's
was like,
crazy.
yeah, I was like 210, like 200 plus, something like that. And I didn't lose a rep I didn't lose a rep. I was still playing tight end at that time. I didn't lose a rep. And I felt like I felt like I had a really good day. And then so the guy kept talking to me during the camp,
Yeah.
and I was like, dang, he's like probably really interested. And then after the camp, he pulled me aside. He was like, he wants to offer me. He took a picture of me, gave me his phone, his email, and all of that.
Wow.
I started freaking out. He asked me to meet my parents, but I was with my parents. I was with the coach. But
Right.
yeah, he still came down and talked to me. I remember running up the stairs, all happy to grab him and bring him down to the field. But yeah, it was like super exciting moment. It felt surreal. It didn't really feel real. I thought it was like a joke, low key. Um,
That's
but
crazy.
yeah. But then, like same day, I got home and told my dad and my mom, and they were like extremely happy for me. And then they told me like, this is only the beginning. And I think that's when I really started taking it seriously and trying to, get that, like get better, get that next offer.
Dude, that's the crazy thing about that is your parents not like I bet that was so cool. Like your parents not even being there and getting to go home and tell them that all happened. Like I bet that was so sick.
Yeah,
Man, so that's cool. You said you transferred to Malvern Prep junior year, which I actually thought that was really interesting because we transferred literally midway through our junior year for sports also. So
right.
I'm curious how hard or how easy of a transition was it to kind of like I don't know how long you were at your previous school, but like kind of just pick up your bags and go to somewhere completely new to kind
Yeah,
of go for football.
yeah. I was at my previous school for a year and a half. I actually transferred halfway through my sophomore year,
Oh
and then I
wow,
played my junior year at Malvern.
wow,
So I felt like getting to the new school, like getting to Malvern halfway through like sophomore year was kind of. I was nervous. I thought it was gonna be hard because I thought
yeah,
people were gonna have like all their friend groups like set. I didn't know if
mm,
I'd be able to mix in with everybody, but luckily Malvern's like a great school and
yeah,
everyone's raised really well. And I feel like I have a pretty good like ability to talk to other people as well and make
yeah,
new friends. So it also helped that I knew some people as well. A lot of the kids that go to Malvern, because it's like a prep school, they can kind of get people from wherever.
yeah,
So I knew some of them because some of them are from my town, and then also just had class with people, made friends, played sports. People knew I played football, so I was talking to the football guys. Talking to the kids in my class, talking to the kids from my town, and within like a month, I felt like I found like I was pretty much able to converse or be friends with everybody
yeah.
in the school. So I felt like it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be.
Dude, I love that. So we love to talk about football, but we also like to talk about outside of football. So if you're just sitting around on like a regular Saturday, what's the go-to if you're not playing football?
Um, Recently I've been playing golf. I've been playing a lot of golf with my friends.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's
dude, that's
Um,
cool.
yeah. You said we've been golfing. We've been going to some courses. We've been doing the driving range. But usually like nothing to do, and I'm not trying to go out. I get on like my game. I play the Xbox.
Nice.
Or if
What's
I
the
have like a
go-to?
go-to right now, we're playing Minecraft. We're playing Minecraft right now.
Hey,
Heavy
that's
on
sick,
Minecraft right now. Yeah. And then
bro.
sometimes I build Legos too. Yeah.
Bro, that sounds
dude,
like
all around
yeah, I know.
Minecraft, Legos. You got to get the golf game in. I love
Right.
that. Have you actually gotten out in the course yet, or just on the range?
No, I've been both. Still working on my game, but I've been out there though. I've been out there, yeah.
when his football career ends, he's gonna join the PGA.
Right.
That's
That's
sick.
the plan. Plan.
That's sick, man. That's really cool. How long have you been playing golf? That's actually really cool.
Yeah. I started like 3 weeks ago.
Bro,
Yeah.
bro, the one thing with golf is it's the most like I feel like it's the most mental game like I could like cuz
Yeah.
when you hit the ball good, like everything's good. When
Right.
you miss the ball,
Or
like
Shanky.
dude, everything falls apart. Like mentally, I'm like, bro, I can't. It's
Yeah.
that's really funny.
I know.
So wait, so we got to go back. So you ended up picking Penn State.
Mhm.
How did Penn State come in the picture, and what about kind of James Franklin's program kind of stuck out to you? Because they've had like, I mean, we've been kind of watching Penn State. I feel like the last, like, almost feels like 5 years, and they're like right there every year. And this year they almost won the whole thing. Like, what about Penn State really kind of stuck out to you?
I feel like when like my whole recruiting, like my 1 year little recruiting period started,
Yeah.
they were like the first school to really first big school to really offer me.
Mm.
That was like my first really big offer, and what stuck with me was like the constant recruitment throughout the whole year. I felt like whether it be Coach Franklin, Coach Barnes, Coach Bryant, they were like from last July to this July, like same energy, same intensity of recruiting me. Like and they don't talk like a lot of the coaches like talk to like fake almost like I don't know how to
That's
say that
interesting.
like yeah
Yeah,
like
it's not real. It doesn't feel authentic.
right. I feel like that's maybe not how they're truly like how they truly feel or something like
Mm.
that. But like Coach Bryant, Coach Barnes, Coach Franklin, I feel like it was always like genuine. When I was talking to them, it felt like I was talking to like maybe a friend or a sibling, and that's something that really stood out to me. Like every single time we talked, um, and then whether it be from like the connection to like how well like I felt talking to them. I felt like how they treated me and my family anytime I was up there.
Yeah.
It was always love, and it was like great intentions always. And yeah, and I just really believe in Penn State like as a
Right.
program and what they can do for me. So I felt like it was like when it came down to it, it was a no brainer.
Did you have a favorite like official visit you went on?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, I think I took a lot of good official visits. I took 6, I think. I think my favorite might have been like Kentucky. I felt like Kentucky was
What'd
like a
y'all
fun
do?
one. Like we did a lot. We hung out with the players. We bowled.
Nice.
We were playing like NCAA on the college stadium. I thought that was sick. We were like
Yo, that's sick.
yeah, we were in the stadium playing college football on like the jumbotron. I was like, that's kind of
Oh,
hard.
so they connect? So they connected the video game onto the jumbotron?
Yeah,
Oh,
That's
yeah,
insane.
That's crazy.
yeah. That was tough. Yeah, and then we were like playing. We played football on the field. It was like a midweek visit, so there wasn't a lot of recruits. There was only like
Oh
five or
wow.
six recruits. Yeah, so it was like a small group, so we were able to like everything was more like really chill. There wasn't
Yeah.
too much going on. Yeah,
That's bro. I setting the Madden up, and that's
yeah,
insane. That's
yeah.
actually really sick. Wait, so obviously, now that I mean, you're obviously a big Penn State fan. What was it like watching Penn State in the college football playoffs this year?
Yeah. Well, it was. I really enjoyed it, even though they didn't win it all. I enjoyed it just to see how how far they got and how well they were playing. I felt like from the beginning to like until they played Notre Dame, I felt like they looked really good. They just had a few mishaps in the Notre Dame game, and they made more mistakes than Notre Dame did when it came down to it. But I feel like they played really good, and then just to see like how the players were like showing up, like Abdul and Warren, I felt like everyone was like showing up. Yeah, and they were grinding for like the whole season. So that was just something I was really proud to see and like happy to see that for the program.
Man, I'm so stoked for this last season. Last couple questions for you. Obviously you've made it a long way, but how big of a role has your family kind of played in getting you to where you are today?
Yeah, I feel like they've played like the biggest part in like this whole thing. I feel like I wouldn't have been able to do it without them because there's moments like people like to say they can do it like by themselves. They don't really need anybody, but there's moments where you really do need that outside support just to keep you afloat. There's times where like you get down on yourself, you lose faith in yourself, and they're right there, building you up. And yeah, and like just to be blessed with the family that I have, they put me in football when I was young, and then they also let me branch out and do other stuff. So I learned how to do really everything, and I feel like that like ultimately comes back to them just being able to have the opportunity to do everything and learn everything, and start football from such a young age, and then having them to encourage me the whole way up until now, it just plays a big part. Helps me keep me motivated because that's my reason why I play, and that's they give me motivation and a reason to keep going and try my hardest.
Yeah, I think it's so important. I think your family is so important and just kind of everything you do, and I think that's really cool. How your family's involved, especially in your career and what's going on with you, man.
Right.
Obviously, you're going into your senior season. If you're looking back on the career you've had so far, do you have any favorite memories of either getting to play at Malvern or just kind of your football career in general?
Yeah, I feel like some of my favorite memories would definitely probably come from like my sophomore year at my old school or my junior year at Malvern. One of my like one that just comes off the top of my head was at Malvern, like Del Barton. Like
Yeah.
we were down double digits in the fourth quarter, and we made a run for it at the very end and ended up winning the game.
That's
And that
crazy.
kind of just just kind of brought life back to the team and to the whole season. And that's just something that I always think about. Like that Del Barton game was crazy, and it was like a cool way to start, my career with Malvern, and I'm kind of glad it went that way. And just thinking about all like the seniors from last year that I got to play with, like I love those guys, and I'm blessed that I got to play with them. They're like great people.
Dude, the toughest thing about when you're a junior and you're playing with all the seniors, because it's like a lot of those guys are like kind of your best friends and you're with them, and
Sure.
then they go off to college. But at the same time, now you kind of get to be the leader of that team and kind of
Sure.
take control. Which, man, we're hyped to watch you this upcoming season. It's gonna be awesome. What if you're looking back? What do you think is the biggest adversity you had to overcome to kind of get to where you are today?
Um, I'd probably say I'd probably say like sophomore year,
Yeah.
like um, kind of just I feel like it was a more like just kind of having to like fight myself. Like I feel like I was holding myself back.
Yeah.
I wasn't like I feel like I could have worked harder. I could have gave more effort like that. Just feeling like sorry for myself was like the main thing. Like because I wasn't like getting as much opportunity as I wanted. Like I feel like the opportunity that I got, I should have made the most of it, which I ended up doing towards the end of the season. But that was definitely a struggle during the
Yeah.
beginning of the season because I was upset that I wasn't given the opportunity to play as much as I could. But towards the end of the season, like when I just got rid of that mentality, it's just a bad mentality to have. I got rid of that mentality, and I feel like that's when I really started to flourish as like a player and also just a person on the field and outside the field.
Yeah, it's obvious. Some of the plays you're making on the field, are ridiculous, and and we're hyped for this upcoming season. Last question: if you're looking at Penn State's record, they play here, and I think a week, no, maybe 2 weeks. College football starting up here soon. What's kind of the record on who's gonna win the Natty at the end of the season, and who's kind of like your sleeper team going into the year?
Well, I feel like we know who's going to win the Natty. Penn State,
We already know.
100%. I feel really good about their team. A lot of people came back. I think they got ranked number 2 in the pre-polls for the
Should've been
season.
one.
I feel like, yeah, they should have been number 1. I feel like that's a pretty accurate ranking. And I feel like they're just going to go prove why they should be number 1 this season. I feel like they're going to play really good. And then if I had a sleeper, it's a good question. If I had a sleeper, it would probably be like Syracuse.
Oh,
I like
feel
that.
like-
that's an
I
interesting
like that
take.
take. I like that.
But-
Wait, why? I got to hear why. Why Syracuse?
I feel like Syracuse has like a bunch of dudes, and they have like a really like cool offense, like a really air raid type offense, and they have a bunch of like underrated dudes. Like they have the one cuz from Texas.
Yeah.
I forget his name. Javante Cook, I think.
Yeah.
He was from like Texas, then went to Washington. Now he's at Syracuse. I mean, he's a dude. They have a kid from Florida. He's a dude, and I just like their offense, and I like Fran because Fran.
Wait, who's your sleeper team?
Bro, I don't even know. Florida or Auburn's going to be crazy, but I still think Penn State's going to take
I
it
think
over.
Florida. I think Florida's a good. Yeah, I feel like Florida's.
I don't know that Auburn's there. I would love to see Auburn. I don't know that they're there
Lagway,
yet.
man, it's good.
Lagway is really good. Yeah. I mean, UNC with Belichick too. We'll see. It'll be interesting.
I think it's gonna be a good season this year.
It's gonna be a good season. I'm ready to start watching some college football, man. Thank you so much for taking the time. I know it's a crazy night, but guys, everyone go follow Jackson Ford on socials. It's gonna be crazy, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.